What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Gacharic Spin. Yes, indeed, Gacharic Spin fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Home Gnome and Mark, and this is actually Mark's prioritized request for the month of June for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Mark. Hope you enjoy the show, man, and you as well, Home Gnome. They both want to see me react to this song by Gacharic Spin called Living in the Now.
Hear it now. Go back to then. When? Now. Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
When will then be now?
Soon.
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Bose, okay? And the video has 60,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. I have absolutely no idea what that says. 2016, still don't know what that says. Gacharic Spin. Look, this is the link I was given, okay? This is the link that Mark gave you. So if we're not in the right spot, don't blame me. Blame Mark. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Playing with a pen. That's interesting. let's pause. We're 2 minutes in. Okay, I'm not sure where in the timeline of the existence of Gacharic Spin this falls into place. I know it says 2016. I get that, but just because I see the year doesn't mean I know where we are as far as formation goes and where as far as members go. And I'm not sure where we are within the evolution of the band. For starters, everybody's wearing these outfits like they're circus performers. That's kind of weird. So I'm guessing, if I'm not mistaken, that's like earlier Gacharic Spin. The dancers aren't out there, which I know is part of being in the timeline of the earlier four parts of the formation. So the dancers aren't there. No sign of Angie, so we're not that far ahead yet. So I'm guessing we're like somewhere in the middle of the evolution. Hannah's still doing vocals. It looks like she is the lead vocalist, which is fine. She and Oreo are kind of taking turns there as far as duty goes. Now don't get me wrong. Tomozo and I'm getting better with the names. I am. Tomozo and Koga are doing vocals as well, backing vocals. So I'm not really sure where we are. I think we're somewhere in the middle. I think. I gotta point this out because I've made the comments in the past when it comes to Koga's bass playing with the popping and slapping. I've made comments of, I wonder if she's able to play with a pick, and people in the comments have slammed me for that. Oh, she never plays with a pick. She always, does finger, or usually she's doing popping and slapping, but she never plays with a pick. Really? Are you sure about that? Because I've been watching her pretty intently, and yeah, she's playing with a pick. So to all the people who always told me, oh, Koga never plays with a pick. She always just pops and slaps her fingers. Really? Shows how much you know. Anyway, let's get back into this. Working on it. Short solo. There you go. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, I was blown away. But at the same time, I mean, it was solid. It was absolutely solid. Gotta think about this one a little bit. Not a lot. I'm not going to have to, spend like 15, 20 minutes thinking about it, but I'm going to give it a little time to think because there's a few things I got to kind of take into account here. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Gacharic Spin with Living in the Now. This was a request from Home Gnome and Mark. And this was actually Mark's prioritized request for the month of June for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Mark. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay. I thought about it. There really isn't a lot to think about, but there were a couple of things I had to kind of take into account here. So I took everything, put it all together, and this is the score I came up with. So here we go. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.2. Yep, 7.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, the 7.2. What does that mean? Well, a 7.2 would translate to a really good scale rating. Okay, so I think they did a really good job. It would translate to 4 to 5 stars, and it would translate to a B letter grade. Not a D, not a C, a B. B as in boy. So there you go, a 7.2, real good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? Haha, so glad you asked. Okay, listen. When it comes to Gacharic Spin and songs I've heard on the channel, comparatively, looking at this song to every other song I've done from Gacharic Spin, if I'm being honest, this is the weakest song I think I've heard. If I'm being honest here, guys. Listen, it's nothing against them. This is not a slight against them. This is just a fact. There are gonna be songs that are middle of the road. There are gonna be songs that are better than middle of the road. And there are gonna be songs that are weaker than middle of the road. And if I'm being honest, folks, out of all the songs I've heard from Gacharic Spin, this is definitely down at the bottom, okay? Now, if this is the weakest song that they have, period, like if this is the weakest song they have and it's getting a 7.2, I mean, what does that say? I'll tell you right now, I don't see them going down into the 5s or 6s. I just don't see that happening. But I mean, it could. I mean, I'm sure there are many songs from them I haven't heard yet. But this is probably, if I'm not mistaken, this is the lowest score I've ever given them. And I have my reasons, okay? I do. From a song structure standpoint, it's comparable. I mean, it is comparable to what I've heard from them in the past, but I've heard more energy and more drive from other songs that follow a chordal progression and a song structure like this. I've heard them do it better, okay? I've heard them have more energy, more drive, more feel in the song than this one did. Now, is that saying that they did a bad job? No, I'm not saying that at all. Did you hear me say they did a bad job? No, you didn't. They did a really good job with the song, okay? I've just heard better songs from them, better songwriting from them, more energy from them, more drive from them when it comes to their songwriting. It's comparable from a structure standpoint. I've heard them do it better. I've seen them do it better. As far as the live show goes, I think they did a fine job. It's weird seeing just 4 of them on stage. I'm used to seeing more than 4, whether it be 5 or 6 or 7 or however many people you'll see at the stage at any given time from them. But I mean, it was definitely different than seeing just 4. But here's the funny thing: seeing them with 4 and hearing them with 4. I just want you to do this experiment with me. I want you to imagine, just close your eyes for a second, okay? And think about what we just heard. I want you to think about voicings and layering, okay? Comparatively to some of the other videos where they've had more members on the stage, did we really hear that much of a difference? Slightly, yes. We were missing the second guitar voice. That now that we have with Hannah playing guitar, we have Yuri back there on the drums. Having Hannah playing guitar and doing vocals, along with having Tomozo on the guitar as well, having the two guitar voicings, that's missing. Yes, we're missing a little bit of the fullness. But as far as instrumentation goes, there really isn't that much of a difference. What I'm trying to say is this: the 4 lathes that we had here, if we have these 4, we're fine, okay? Additionally, like now we have Angie, who's more of I think her actual job title is mic performer. She's not the lead vocalist. She's more of a hype girl, and that's okay, nothing wrong with that, but there's an additional voice. Having Hannah now playing guitar while we have Yuri back on drums, that's nice, because now we get an additional guitar voicing that fills out the sound a little bit more. There's that, but with just having 4 of them stripped down like this, we still get a really nice sound out of them. So I'm really happy about that. It sounded fine. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw there was just 4, I was like, ooh, this is different. Okay, how is this gonna go? Well, as we heard, it was just fine. As far as evolution goes, timeline goes, I suspect this is somewhere right about in the middle. I'm not exactly 100% sure where we are. I mean, we don't have the dancers out there, and we don't have Angie out there, so I'm not sure where we are in the evolution. I'm sure people in the comments will let me know. I would appreciate it. But it was interesting watching them performing this live with the whole costume thing. I know I was reading in the comments, people did say they did go through a phase where they all wore the exact same thing. It was like a uniform type of deal. Now, it was never the same uniform. They were always changing the uniforms up, but all 4 members or all 5 members would all wear the exact same thing. Are we in that phase? I don't know. I suspect we are. They all looked like they were circus performers. No, but at the same time, though, the live show looked great. I mean, let's go down the checklist, shall we? Stage presence was there, check. Stage energy, check. They had that. Stage interaction, check. We had several times where they would interact with each other, which was great. Hello, Amanda. Just jump on up there. Hi. In case you saw that little gray blur, that was Amanda. Can't quite grab her. She's a little up there, but that's all right. I'll just leave her alone. If she wants to come down and say hi, she will. Where was I? Crowd interaction. Check, definitely. We had several moments where the 2 ladies up in front, we had Koga and we had Tomozo. They were doing a lot of pointing into the crowd, which was nice. Oreo did too, I think a couple of times, not many. Let's see. Showmanship. Check. Yeah, we had that. They put on a good show. And then production. Nah, not really. Lighting, I suppose, but I've never really counted lighting. Unless the lighting's really amazing, then I'll count it. No, but overall, they checked off all the boxes they needed to check off. So it was, overall, it was nice. You know, I wouldn't say this was mind-blowing. Like I said, as Gacharic Spin goes, this was probably bottom of the barrel. But if this is the bottom of the barrel, if this is as low as it's ever gonna get, they got no worries. Seriously, a 7.2 being the lowest score they've ever gotten, they got nothing to worry about from me. Trust me. They're always going to deliver. At the very, very worst possible scenario, they will deliver a solid product. So they got nothing to worry about. No, 7.2, I think it was a really good job, and that's the score I feel it deserves. So we're going to stay right there. So let's wrap this all up in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.2, a really good scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.